Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In the last part, we unlocked Ravana and Bismarck. And now we're gonna do Ravana because I found a group of party finders, so we'll see how this goes. So I kinda had to just be like, boom! Like my sound isn't set up, I should have done it while we were waiting. And yeah, this is kinda just like, let's just do it! Ravana! Let's go! Oh, this is gonna be a mess. My sound is not set at all. I can't change it right now. It has actually been like over a year since I've done Ravana Extreme, so I'm gonna be kind of rusty, but from what I remember, it's very similar to normal. So... oh, my sound is set up. Okay.
Dance to the song of ringing steel.
Alright, so yeah, this is gonna be very similar to normal. See, right? So, the counter is gonna be different this time. Or the parry. Only one open direction. And... Prelude Liberation, so just our general... AoE. Why is he facing this way? This is annoying. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing fine for now. Alright, so yeah, just the jump down thing again, except now the first time he comes down he's gonna do this and also drop puddles. Hey, I'm not dead! It's a Christmas miracle, basically. Alright, Liberation. So this is the same as Slaughter from before. I'm actually gonna do this real quick. It's... oh, I complain, but...
I am invincible!
Okay, well, apparently 280s is enough. So, ah! Good. Ow. He does that around the arena. Ow. Ow. Yeah, been a while. I forgot about that part. I just like ran right into it. So, the part we missed, of course, was the part where he's gonna go into Bloody Fuller, where he does all the ads before that.
Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
And yeah, so Bloody Fuller, and then the walls crumble, and he'll do a knockback, and yeah, Ravana. So, I was actually expecting worse, considering, you know. Yeah, I only died because I was like, oh, let's just run right across the arena. That did not work for me. So, maybe I'll show a secondary run. I don't know, I still haven't fully decided how I'm gonna do these. Maybe. So you can kind of see what it's like to go in a second time for one of these. Mainly it's just that, you know, you don't see the cutscene and you're kind of just like locked at the start for a little while. I think I've kind of shown it before, but yeah, like so we're just kind of waiting for the game to be like, okay, you can go in, and yada yada yada. Let's actually maybe play a little bit better too. Like, this is like super impromptu. Let me tell you. Alright, so probably So target. The Prelude's Liberation already. He just completely skipped the scene part. Kinda blew right past it. Ah, that was a bad timing for me to do that. Don't want to be stacking these. So of course you can see one of the things he doesn't do this time around is the whole, like, you have to run to the center after he jumps up and all that nonsense. Instead he does those lovely little pools. Also, I actually get to play with better forbidden chakra. There we go. That was a little bit better. Also, one of the notable things that's different this time is the Realm Reborn ones did not drop totems, as they're called. Or just like a little drop at the end. Let me pull up my inventory here real quick. So you can see I have some hype totems here. If you get 99 of these, you can trade them in for the amount. This is one change they did make from the Realm Reborn stuff. Whatever, I'll just talk through it again. And it was a big, it's like, it really helps. I've only had to do it once on my main character, but I have had to go all the way to 99 kills to get my mount on a fight. It was a level 71, and it sucked. Ugh. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so I think I've kind of shown the basis of Ravana, but I don't want to cut this off like mid-fight. Like, we're already kind of here, so we may as well just keep going. Is there anything else I haven't really mentioned about Ravana? Don't know. We kind of skipped the parry part again. Feel like someone may have held back so we can kind of see that, but what do I know, right? Obviously, this whole ability to skip parts is a level 80 perk. Which, of course, I'm not level 80. Normally these things that he drops down like this, the AoE circles on people, normally it's not everyone in the group. It's, I think, half the group, 4, I want to say. But because we only have 3 people, it is everyone. Also, I really should have been doing chopper doing that. So, I'm playing like dumb again. I was too busy trying to think of stuff I might have forgotten to mention with Ravana, but I think that's it. ABG's trying to tell me to, hey, actually, perfect timing. The mount just dropped. Perfect timing. Well, that works. That definitely works. Oh my goodness. So, I'll probably just show it another point with, we're gonna see it probably 1,000 times as I mount around. But yeah, so that's Ravana. I guess if I ever find the Bismarck group, that'll be the next one. Okay, I had to make sure I was on the right picture there. It's been a while, but you won't be able to tell. But let's do Bismarck. We are going to try to do this. Oh man, I have no idea if this is gonna work. There was one particular mechanic that frankly scares the heck out of me. So, let's do this. Limitless Blue Extreme. So, Bismarck Extreme. We're gonna have a lot of the same boringness parts where we're just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting while he rams the island. The ads are what scare me. Particularly a certain part of the ads. Of course, if this fails, I'll just try and recruit some more people. Shouldn't need that many more. other than that, like, Bismarck itself is going to be the exact same as it was in normal / hard, whatever you want to call it. It's normal. Yeah, again, this is going to be all about the ads. This is not going to be about doing anything else here. Just need to aggro Bismarck here. What the heck was that? Alright, so, ads are going to spawn in slightly different spots here. Gosh, my sound's way up. And luckily, at least I can sort of survive here. And we are going to get rammed again. We should have put it at the generator. Dragon killers are ready, so let's pull in Bismarck. And again, this is all going to be the same, and I'm a derp. I forgot to do this. I forgot to do a lot of things before I set myself up. Look, I haven't been playing much lately, okay? That's my excuse. Thankfully, thanks to Kitty here being level 80, we can deal with the characters there pretty quickly. That will reveal the Corona. And I'm going to try and do this. Try and survive. I might actually toss on Fist of Wind so I can survive. I'm going to do it this way. See me? Okay, well, I'm dead. At least we kept the snakes apart. So, here's the thing. This is why I was scared of this low man. The snakes in hard or extreme, if they get near each other, they will get a massive vulnerability down buff, meaning that, also this is very familiar for extremes, meaning that they can barely be damaged. You need to make sure they are split apart. I have seen so many groups when I've gotten this in my mentor roulette on my main character, where the main tank or one tank be like, I'm just gonna take it both because they're thinking it's hard, so we'll bring them together and breach blast. Yay, it does like nothing. Magic field generators down again, and yeah. And then you end up just getting to be like, hey, split them, please split them. Alright, so more ads. Just kind of same deal. Just gonna have this. Still gonna be ramming the island. I remember hearing stories of like when 3.0 was fresh. This was like 2016, 2015, whatever it was. People would wipe to this group because of the island breaking. So, at this point, we need to pay attention to what Bismarck is doing. We do not want to kill the Vapor Bubbles right away. So he's doing a flip to do a sort of wind deal. When he does that, he will do a knockback. You want to be in the center of the island when he does this. He's going to do it again, it looks like. Yes. So you want to still be in the center, because then he'll just do a thing where the only safe spot is in the middle of the island. And it looks like we're going to do this. Awesome. And yeah, so that's the basics of Bismarck Extreme. That main link should have been Red Mage. Yeah, so, well, this answers the question of, can we low man this? Again, so just like in normal, if you don't kill the Corona before he's like shuddering and pulls you away and knocks you off, you just have to redo the ads. And yeah, you have to be on Bismarck to actually damage it, otherwise yada yada yada. But honestly, I was expecting that to be a lot harder. Of course, I've also seen people be like, level 80s only. So I was like, why? Like, really? Alright, come on, look at the draw. First try bird. Let's do this. First try bird. Oh my god! We did it! First try bird! Okay! you walk off the island, you're dead. You're not coming back. Just like Ravana, if you get knocked off, you're dead. You're not coming back. This is, I think, one of the last fights they actually do that in. They start being like, you know, if people fall off, or if people are knocked off, maybe they should be able to come back. Maybe this is not a mechanic we should keep doing. Because as people fall off and can't come back, well, the group's just wiping because one person got knocked off. Yeah. I can't believe that. Wait, how do I... Hold on. I need to... That is the wrong tab. Okay, so the thing I was thinking we needed to do next was was what I already did in literally probably the last actual part. It's been that long since I did all this. So now I need to remember where to go next. I have my notes, but they aren't all seeing. Like, I tried to put down as many else as I can, but I can't believe it's like, alright, first try Lantern. And white Lantern whistle. I'm like, seriously, game? Making up for some nonsense on my main character, I guess. See how well this holds up into the level 70 extreme fights? Because level 70 extreme fights is where I finally hit the, you have to fight this fight 99 times to actually get the mount. Anyways, disarmed. Is Uplander seeing it? Giant of iron rising from the river? Ishtola and Sid leave to learn more, but are not back yet. Great play of a gobby flock. Giant is too big. Can squash Idleshire flat. Where are Uplanders? Calm yourself, Slovix. Arya, 'tis well you are here, for our need is dire. A colossus of steam and steel has risen from the Thaliac. Yet it is no mere forgotten contrivance of Charlian. The resulting etheric disturbance confirms that it is a primal, and it was summoned amidst the ruins left for the river to reclaim. For a mercy, it stopped dead no sooner than it had broken the water's surface, but so long as it remains in our realm, it may spring to life again at any moment. Yes, but what does Uplander find near Idleshire? Is wilderness still heavy with ether? Nay, the ether grows perilously thin and more swiftly than I could have imagined. The primal is bleeding the land dry. Should it be suffered to continue, this entire region will become a barren waste in a matter of moons. No! Gobbyflock has only just found home after long wanderings. Idleshire will not fall. Slowfix will not allow it. Nor will we. I have already spoken with Alphino, and he concurs that we Scions of the Seventh Dawn must do all in our powers to eliminate the threat. Yet given its size, I deem it wise to attack from two fronts. Our first and most obvious recourse is to keep our foe in check with blade and magic, much as we have done with other such adversaries. Speaking hard. Second, I propose that we attempt to cut off the flow of ether which sustains it, mayhap by physically separating the primal from the land. If we are to be rid of the Colossus, I think the latter course more promising, and mean to enlist Master Otoya's help in pursuing it, yet such things take time. Thus, I have asked Master Garland to remain here and keep watch over our foe. Given its apparently mechanical nature, his expertise should prove invaluable to you. To you, I say, for I would leave the fate of Idleshire in your hands. Should the primal chance to stir ere my return, you are to join Sid in repelling it. An enviable task, but one for which you are singularly qualified. Thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, yeah, throw me in, coach. Rest assured, I do not need to linger with Master Matoya any longer than necessary. The moment we find the solution, I shall make haste to rejoin you here. Well then, let us be about our duties. I will leave you to discuss strategies with Sid. Backrix is keeper of knowings for Idleshire, can say where Sid has gone. Uplanders should start with Backrix. God, I still can't believe that Bismarck's like, alright, first try. Of course. What is this one? Okay. So we need to go out there. However, I have some mounts to show off. If I can find them in my list. Okay. First off, Ravana mount. Don't worry, I'll get to the Bismarck one. Okay, I had to think like, what? Alright. So yeah, as I may have mentioned, this cycle of mounts is birds. Which honestly look so much better than the ponies. I like the ponies from Realm Reborn, but they definitely stepped it up with the birds. And let's just say it's only gonna get better. Alright, hi Backrix. Backrix is keeper of knowings and data. What does Uplander wish to learn about? Ah, Uplander comes in search of Sid, yes? My thanks for sharing your knowings, Backrix. These Illuminati are indeed most hostile. Ah, Arya, old friend! You haven't seen Ishtola, have you? Yeah, she sent me. Drain the Vol Ether in a matter of mere moons? 7 hells! How much power does that thing need? Too much, plainly. Well, it sounds as if we have an urgent dismantling job on our hands. From what Backrix has been telling me, the Illuminati are the most likely culprits. They have the knowledge to summon the primal and the requisite short-sightedness not to think better of it. Fanatical captures their philosophy nicely, I think, their goal being nothing less than sole ownership of all the world's technology. Needless to say, they're more than willing to kill anyone who stands between them and what they want. Quite how they managed to coax a primal into the hook of a Charlian defense mechanism, I don't know. But it looks like they've made themselves a tiny little fortress inside the Colossus. We'll need to contend with enough to disable the thing. As for the task itself, simply destroying whatever serves as its engine should do the trick, assuming it is in fact mechanical. But before all that, we need to find a way in through yet another bloody barrier. No, I don't want to skip cutscene. I just hit the wrong key. Barrier is not new. Rose up 3 years ago after ground made shivery shakes. Room was free from riverbed then. Roundrox was there, saw with own 2 eyes. Roundrox? Sorry, who is? Daughter of Slowpix. Roundrox loved junk more than all other gobbies, was collecting them and is playing now. Look. Shiny junk and sparkly rocks, bibbity bobs and whirly cogs. I'm sorry for interrupting Roundrox, but I need to ask you a question. When the ground shook 3 years ago, did something come bobbing up to the river's surface? Bobbing? Nothing bobs, silly Uplander. Ground made shivery shakes when giant of whirly cogs stood! And then magic walls came up too. So it wasn't the tremor that freed the Colossus, it was the Colossus which caused the tremor. You're absolutely certain you saw it rise from the waters, young one? Seven hells. I think someone tried and failed to summon it 3 years ago. But was it the Illuminati, or... Braveflax comes to trade tongue flaps, Uplanders. Ah, just the goblin! Flowfix tells me you're his resident expert on the Illuminati. Pardon me a moment while I consult with my fellow Uplander. Arya, if I may make a suggestion, I'll speak with Braveflax and learn what I can of our opponents. In the meantime, could you investigate the Colossus itself? Dig some ledge near where its hand landed on the shore of the valley. Join them and see if you can find a way inside the machine. Oh, and good luck with that barrier. Because bloody hell, I'm tired of breaking through them. Alright, so I need to go down to where the hand landed. But, you know what I think we need to do? Whee! So this is the Bismarck mount. It's all bubbly, because Bismarck's all, like, water and wind and stuff. And you can kind of just get to listen to how chill Bismarck's music is, especially compared to Ravana's. So... Arya, come to see Colossus, eh? Chief has us looking for a way in. Of course, there's a bleeding barrier around the thing. Another one. Luckily for us, when the big feller came down, the tag clamped onto the shore here, punching a hole in its defenses and leaving that round portal there unprotected. Only trouble is, it's locked and doesn't seem to have a key. For want of a better idea, Wedge is listening into Illuminati Link Pro communications and hopes they'll mention the trick to opening it. Dee-da-dee-da-dee-dee. There's only one signal coming from inside the giant. It's always the same pattern. I'm certain it's a code. The Illuminati always use coded messages. From what I hear, they've developed a special kind of crystal specifically for transmitting Link Pro waveforms. If we get our hands on one, the Chief's decoding machine here should theoretically be able to use it to untangle the meaning. Quite where we find such a crystal is another matter. Does Uplander know Round Rocks? She makes great collection of junk and things. Maybe is keeping Crystal at shortstop. Wouldn't that be a stroke of luck? And it just so happens I've been working on the means of identifying the crystal in question. Here I take this 3G7001B. Sprinkle that powder over the so-called collection and look for anything that glimmers. It should contain the material that we need. You may have to borrow one of Brown Rock's treasures, but I'm sure she won't mind if you tell her it's for a good cause. Alright. Speaking of the ponies... oh my gosh. Well, back we go. Now, I just kind of flew over a part of the map I hadn't gone over before. Junk pile. Don't mind me, Round Rocks. Amongst a jumble of bits and bobs, you spy a faintly glimmering stone. What is Uplander doing? Sneaky taker! Treasure belongs to Round Rocks! Uplander needs it? For a giant of whirlycocks? But glowstone is most favored treasure of Round Rocks. Alright, but Uplander must promise to bring it back, or Round Rocks is getting very angry. And back we go! Thank goodness we're flying, eh? So one thing I'd never really kind of pointed out as we were coming through here for the story is you could actually see from the initial point of this coming up out of the water, you could see like this little bit of head just like kind of peeking out, and that was like all you could see of it. Obviously now I can see more of it. Anyways. No burns, I see. Oh, no reason. Tell me, did the 3G7001B reveal anything? Yeah, it did. Thank you, and you have my word that I'll give this back to Round Rocks when I finish with it. Now, let's take a listen to what the Illuminati are really saying. goodness, all the infernal BP is gone. Now it's a message clear as day. Let's see. Today's scheduled for Gordias. Registration the 7th bell. Stop. Loose the coral cubs at the 3rd bell. Stop. Rest and recuperation the 2nd bell. Repeat. Today's scheduled for Gordias. Coral loosing? I'm sure that was the only message. This has to be some sort of jest. Don't be daft, Wedge. It's just another code. Need the proper crystal and the proper knowledge to understand it. Believe the Illuminati. Should have known it wouldn't be so easy. Quite the conundrum you have there. But it's your lucky day. I'll crack the code, so we can come to a little arrangement. I'm a treasure hunter by trade, and there's a certain something I want inside the giant. I help you get inside, you help me get out with it. A fair deal, no? Name's Maid, by the way. Charm, I'm sure. You are aware that the interior is almost certainly swarming with Illuminati, yes? Why do you think I came to you? There's strength in numbers, friend. Best we join forces, eh? Now, the words you intercepted are largely gibberish, but paired with numbers, well, you'll see. 7, stop. 3, stop. 2, wasn't it? You, the big one. See the pipes atop the hatch? There ought to be a valve up there with a hand wheel. Imagine it's a clock and try turning it. Right to 7, left to 3, then back to 2. It's a combination lock, like you have, like everyone had in school. So I started having them in middle school. We did it! We did it! So the Illuminati have been announcing the way into the Colossus all along? Strange. Well done for cracking the code, anyway. I had less success, sadly. I'm afraid Brave Phlox knows little more than we do about the Illuminati's plan or the Primal. Come, things aren't as bad as all that. We found a way inside the machine. We'll just have to learn about it as we go. Great, my favorite way. It's only a massive mammoth after all. Stopping it should be as simple as destroying its core. We send in a suitably intrepid team of surveyors. I don't see why we couldn't trace the machine's power back to the source via the struts and piping. And I know just the woman to lead the party. What say you, Arya? Nod and smile. I mean, yep. What am I saying? Leave it to me. And what of me, pray tell? I opened the way for this grand expedition of yours. Surely that's earned me a place in your little band to hunt for my treasure. You did as you promised, and we do as you will now, but only so long as your treasure hunt doesn't endanger the mission. I'd join you if I could, but there's something I need to see to first. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge here in case of emergencies. Good luck, my friend. Fist of the Father is now accessible. You now have access to the Fist of the Father. Gordias can be accessed via the entrance in the Maker's Quarter, or via the Duty Finder. So, one major thing of note that's different from Realm Reborn. Everything isn't unlocked at once. I mean, obviously, originally in Realm Reborn it wasn't either, but they eventually fixed it so it was. But we have to do this bit by bit. And I have a color selection. I am going to be doing these also undersized because I know for a fact if I do it with regular people, they will charge in while I'm in cutscene. Because there is one thing they have held over from Realm Reborn, and that is the little dungeon bit before the actual boss. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shoot, my gear is breaking. I need to fix that. Hopefully it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So this is also the point in which they really... Masayoshi Soken, the composer for FF14, start to get more into this. We get more of the rock vibe here going in the raids. So definitely you can tell the mechanics of all this that's going on. And I'm still in fifth wind. Or earth instead of wind. For what little it actually matters. So yeah, it's just a pretty straightforward path. You have this little bit here where these are kind of like steaming out. If you get hit by one, let me get hit by one here. Maybe. Get hit? Okay, if you get hit by one, it doesn't want to hit me apparently, it will, it'll do a little bit of damage and knock you around. So we have boss here. So during this fight, there's going to be these little Sturm dolls that spawn. Typically what you have is, since you would have two tanks, the off tank would take them, pull them off to the sides, and just let the main group deal with boss. But since it's just us, we're gonna have to deal with this. I believe as there's more Sturm dolls up, the boss will get more and more buffs. So you have to keep that in mind. You guys remember, I usually do this when there's like 8 people, and yeah, see, like as they're spawning, the boss is getting more... Hi, thank you. More buffs. And this is the point in which I knew for a fact we'd be missing like half the fight. I never knows that eye. I usually don't see the front of this thing though. Get used to the conveyors, by the way. So, Oppressor. Not too much to note. There's going to be some chasing stuff going on. There's going to be a tank conal, so you definitely want to stay away from the front, as is the norm here. Basic AoEs. Frontline attack. Yeah, so we got Prey here. It's going to do hydrothermal missile on me. It's going to do multiple hits because I'm not bothering to really dodge them. But yeah, so you'd want to be kind of running from that, or at least be away from the group as you are getting hit from it. So you also just kind of, well, I mean, obviously it's going pretty easy to have a level 80. So, however, it just called in reinforcements. So, we've got Oppressor 0.5, so it's like half. The deal here is, it'll spawn at whenever the actual enemies spawn there. That's what HP percent that that second Oppressor will spawn at. At that point, you will want to try and bring them down around the same as HP. Because once one dies, the other will start self-destructing. If it self-destructs, it's a wipe. And you have to start over again. So, easy enough. That was the first tier. The other thing they definitely learned from Realm Reborn is don't make these things so dang hard. And also, we don't get actual gear drops anymore. We get these pedals and bolts and stuff, and these pieces. Don't worry, they make it way less confusing. And the level 80 raids. Crud. I was going for, oh yeah, they make it like it was confusing in the next one. Yeah, so these are, you instead of like having to fight over and repeat to get the specific job gear you want, instead you just get enough of these pieces to trade in for the specific gear you want. So you're not like tied to repeating to try and get the right gear drop like you had to in Binding Coil or in the Coil. So it's definitely, you can tell, like, you can really tell more and more the things they just like learned to do since Realm Reborn and Heavensward, and then even going forward, that they just learned from in each expansion. Expertly done, adventurer. Oh, what have we here? Hello. Sorry, Roundrocks could not stay away. So many new treasures here. Treasures? Oh, you mean the odd bits and bobs? Well, little one, these machina are yours to take, and some of them are rather beautiful, I must admit. Uplander can tell pretty machines from ugly? Just like Roundrocks! No harm in adding one more to our company, is there? I'll keep an eye on her. Damn it. I was so sure. Uplanders are unwise to come, but most of all is treasure hunter. What she seeks is not here, not in all of Gordias. I live and breathe. Quick thinks all thoughts. Master of the Illuminati. Meow. Gobbies are backstrapped with boom dust. Uplander shoots. Everybody kabooms. Uplander ear catches tongue flaps of Master. Enigma Codex for plans making is gone. Illuminati are already undertaking Alexander initiative. Foolish Gobby! Secrets are kept silent. Tongue flaps never traded with outsiders. Has quick thinks not ordered so many times. Master, forgive noise making of empty head. Gobby did not think. Please, Gobby will take any punishment, just the worst one. Now. What? Uplander is shooting Gobbies? And boom dust does not harm Uplander's blood. Uplander blood has fallen for Gobby again. I think now would be a good time to leave. Uplander, what is Enigma Codex? Treasure? Yes, young one. My treasure. Into the hatch. Oh, hello. Isn't there a... Was there a mentor here? Or am I crazy? No, I'm not crazy. Turns out they thought of this. Thank you. What am I... Right. Okay. Blade in Hell's face to face with the head of the Illuminati? Sounds like you had quite an adventure, and this Alexander initiative has got me wondering, do you reckon it might be the giant's name? No sign of the core, though. Well, we'll just have to look further in. I'll let the chief know anyway. He'll be happy to know here Mythe and Round Rocks are safe too. Those two haven't stopped talking about machines since they got back. Can't say I've ever thought of junk as pretty, but each to their own. Steel and steam. Oh, Arya, ready to have another go at finding the giant's core? Wedge, could you... Oi, Wedge! Stop listening to that bloody Lake Pearl! We barged through the Illuminati's front door. They know we've broken their code. I've just this moment intercepted a new communication. If you'll give me a moment to... There, it says, oh, that's to Uplanders. That's to Uplanders. I think we may have started the war. The cuff of the father is now accessible. Just like, poof. Yeah, can be accessed from blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, I can just do it this way. Once we're into the giant's mighty arm, you narrowly escape collecting all thoughts and the Illuminati with your life. In doing so, you win a cryptic name, Alexander. Whatever this may be, your path leads into the gloom of Gordias. March onwards with courage, for it is only in the darkness that you can learn how to stop the Iron Colossus. So I'm also going to do this one undersized. I will probably on tier 4. I will go ahead and... not be doing this. But for now, yeah. So we are going to have some steam spouting contraptions here, and we're going to have to deal with a bunch of waves of enemies. Let's remember to meditate. Alright, easily wiped out. Let's go ahead and take the side because that... You have to remember, we are still kind of just right on top of the water. So, yeah. Oh, I know which one this is. It's kind of bad that I recognize which one this is just off seeing the ends. I don't really recognize these by the names. I find the Alexander raids just to be a lot harder to recognize by name. I never remember which is which. That was some funky lag. Anyways, we have... Oh yeah, I definitely know which one this is. See if I can not be bad at doing this one. Because there's definitely some key things we want to be doing in this particular tier. I don't know why I did that, but there, I'm meditating for once. So definitely seeing more goblins now. we have these Magitech Godwalkers over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to get over here faster. And we have a variety of abilities. We have Heavy Dew, fires a pressurized round of ammunition, has no effects on oversized targets. Cracky Plume, fires a hypercharged round of ammunition, capable of electrocuting living targets, no effect on Machina. Except you'll notice these take EP, this little thing we have going here. Melty Spume fires a round of armor-piercing ammunition, which puts a vulnerability up debuff on them. We have a recharge, which helps us recharge our SP, except I never find what can actually hit it, and I'm really bad at aiming. So, alright, so now we finally got some machines. So we've also got these bombs, considering that's what excellent target. So these bombs! Whoever is in the Gobby Walker wants to drag these off to the side with Sticky Loom. Because when they explode, they'll do a big fire debuff sort of deal. Seriously, I never know how to recharge my stupid SP on these things. Or EP. I really am just like kind of blah. So let's actually watch this bomb go boom. Like so. Yeah, so fire resistance down. Oh, we have a bomb here. Drag it over. Pretty good. I'm trying to also, like, you know, actually do this here. So yeah, Sticky Loom does not work on other boring things. Ow, and I missed the bomb. Seriously, they're so hard to see. Sometimes. Grab this bomb. Get over here. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm gonna be out of time. Yeah, no I wasn't. And? God, that feels so much longer when you're synced. That feels like there's like 50,000 more waves of that to do, but apparently when I'm whatever. Yeah, so that's Alexander's tier 2. The cuff of the father. Anyways, let's get off our little friend here. So, we actually, you can see we have different types of items dropping here. That's because, you know, it's going to change via which tier we are on, much like it did with Bahamut. It's just more and less obvious now, I guess. Easier to remember it's changing. Uplander is amazing! Uplander is stronger than 10 gobbies! Ah, there you are, old friend. I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever find you. His account left something to be desired, so I thought best to see the interior with my own eyes. Treasure hunter through and through. Tell me, what exactly do you hope to find here? Ever heard of the Enigma Codex? It's a book of ideas written in some 100 years past. The life's work of one of the greatest technologists ever to draw a breath. Within its page are found myriad wonders, from designs for machina that could operate ceaselessly for centuries to novel ways of culturing cheese. Even a fragment of the book could bring a king's ransom. But most remarkable of all are the plans for a walking citadel. It was to be a beacon of logic and reason for all the world. A walking citadel? Seven hells. We're standing in it, aren't we? The Illuminati's primal took its form from that idea. But since that none of this is news to you, you've read it then, this Enigma Codex? The design catered for every needful thing, from warm baths to crops of grain. Its occupants would never have to leave, and all in a fortress on feet, impenetrable and ready to move at a moment's notice. The citadel was meant to bear the most brilliant scholars and artificers of the age to all four corners of the world, that they might set about unraveling the mysteries of creation. And this utopia, this shining sea of erudition, was to be called Alexander. If Rodrox lived in Walking Castle, Rodrox could collect treasures from everywhere. Indeed, you could, little one, and anything you found, be it junk, forgotten teachings, or lost secrets, would be yours for the taking. And what exactly would the Illuminati do with all of this knowledge? They would use it to take control, most likely. Create a world ruled by a few chosen scholars. Unless I'm mistaken, that's why the Illuminati exist. Bloody fanatics take a perfectly good idea and make it into an object of faith. What could possibly go wrong? I can well imagine how a people who have spent decades carrying their homes on their backs might crave a home that could carry them. How such a place could seem like a utopia. But we're not talking about the machine here, we're talking about the primal. And primals will be the death of us all. I trust you'll be ready when things come to a head, are ya? Utopia's happy place? Where there is junk aplenty, Rodrox is happy. Where's the very happy place of mine? Wherever he is. He? This Enigma color sounds amazing! A walking citadel is one thing, but a self-sustaining walking citadel? Genius! It's just a pity the Illuminati had to go and make a blatant primal out of it. From what I understand, this Alexander was active for no more than a few seconds. That's seconds! Then it nigh drained the hinterlands of ether. Imagine what it'd do if it wandered the whole bleeding world! I don't think Rodrox realizes how much danger we're in here. Too busy hunting for new treasures. Probably for the best, though, eh? Tinker, seeker, soldier, spy. I don't even remember what this next tier is. I'll be honest, I don't remember which fight it is. They literally all just mixed together. These Alexander ones. We've got ourselves a problem, Maria. But don't worry, the chief has a plan. Speaking of whom, Chief! Over here! Ah, present and correct, I see. Good. Something's been nagging at me for a while, Arya, and I finally realized what it is. Concerns of communications wedged intercepted. So, we know that the Illuminati have managed to establish a base inside the Colossus, meaning they must also have found a way to pierce the magic barrier. Assuming that's the case, what need have they to use only the hatch, which the barrier doesn't protect? Why go to the trouble with sending coded messages on how to unlock it? The answer? Spies. I believe the Illuminati have an agent outside the Colossus, most like an Idleshire itself, who is using the hatch as a backdoor. Now, this agent will know we've broken their code and the hatch is constantly watched, so he won't have been able to use it for some time. As such, he'll doubtless be desperate to re-establish contact with the inside. And that's why I've cleared the area around the giant's hand. All we need to do now is watch and wait, and follow whoever makes a dash for the hatch. Chief, late call from Redbricks. He says Brave Locks went inside? But she can't be. No, it must be an impersonator. Chief, whomever you met earlier was a spy. Quick, you've got to get after her. Oh boy. Oh, the arm of the father is now accessible. Clear. The Enigma Code wrote the designs for a walking citadel. It was known as Alexander, sufficient bastion for logic and reason, and beacon of knowledge for a world adrift. Self-sufficient treasure hunter mind. I'm always like paranoid I'm messing up recording here. The Illuminati dreamed the century-old dream, and so doing gave form to their primal. Yet no matter how beautiful and ideal, the reality of fanatics with such power is a tarnished, ugly thing. By your hand must this threat be stopped. Oh, yes, that's right, it's this one. It's this one. Yeah, y'all go that way. Oh, I'll take the stairs. Cool? Cool. Cool. Ironic, because I actually did this one just like last week. For my Wondrous Tales. So I just does some damage. I just didn't want to get smacked by it. And we've got our regularly scheduled trash. And so if you go into the scoop where Cray Claw is, him. Cough, cough, Cray Claw, cough, cough. Yeah, so if you go in there, you get a heavy effect, just because it is goopy goop that you can't go through quickly. That's all really. So yeah, they got to go through that way. Cheaters. Oh, that's some electricity back there, for sure. For sure. So it's cough, 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 coughing, Cray Claw, because we've got FF5 reference! So we have a living liquid. Not quite FF5, but living liquid. So right now, if you hover over its effect, it is in the form of a man. Parting Wave is a knockback in a little watery comal effect there. This boss is also known as Pepsi Man. Because it's also known as Pepsi Man. We're trying to kind of hold back damage, sorta. Squeeze, I think, is just gonna drop puddles wherever. Normally it targets, I think, half the group with that. I'm even trying to hold back a little bit here. I shouldn't have to, because, like, I'm actually on level. Alright, so he's going to change forms here, and he's now going to be in the form of a hand. So this one he's going to use Wash Away, which is a knockback, which apparently I failed to arm's length there. So if you get knocked back into electricity, you get paralyzed and I think electrocuted, which cannot be a Sunad. Alright, so he is now split into two. Notice the HP kind of got half there. It's now going to be doing double busters, etc., on whoever the tank might be. So you notice whenever Flan's going to hit here, she's going to hit for 2 effects. Still trying to kind of hold back. Hoping it goes into the next phase. Alright. So we got another form swap here. Into the tornado, in which it is invulnerable. I like never see this part, so just pointing that out. Let's go ahead and kill these gear lubricants before they go all the way out. Then we'll go ahead and swap over once more back to the man. So yeah, this is what I said, FF5 reference! Except it's Pepsi Man instead of the fire thing. Cascade is just mere regular, boring old AoE. And now there's going to be water puddles around in the arena. Got one more main mechanic that I never remember. Alright, another fleece. Barrel fluid. So one of us had a plus, one of us had a minus. Which one you have depends on where you want to go, so in that instance, opposites end up attracting, but we wanted to be apart as we were doing whatever. And I do believe, oh! We've got plus plus, because they repel from each other. So if you're far apart, you're still going to get knocked back. However, what'll happen is you get knocked back into lightning. So plus minus electricity. We learned this in school. I never remember it until I see it. Like, I always forget that mechanic because half the time you don't even see it. So that's why we're kind of having to actually force these mechanics to happen. Like, I seriously didn't know what the tornado phase does, because you never see the tornado phase. But anyways, that was Arm of the Father. I don't know why I'm, like, really taking these, but I'm taking them. Okay, 705. Gabi found it? Good! Knowing the missing piece are with Illuminati. Oh no! Gabi did well indeed. Meow. This is how you treat those who please you? Now is realm in chaos broken. Machine with too many parts, but Illuminati plan needs one thing. Missing piece to bring world order. Give world harmony. Make world perfect. And what of those who don't fit your vision of perfection? How many must die to pay for your utopia? Don't you see? You summon the god's damn primal! It will devour the aether of every land you visit until Heidel and everything on it is dead! Inside Fortress of Illuminati, chosen will live on. If inferior on outside die for progress, so be it. This is cause of seeking for knowings. Hells take you when you're damn seeking! Wise Uplanders find happiness in Illuminati rule. Unwise Uplanders, Utopia does not need. So it's obey or die then? The whole concept is grotesque. No sin, like the rest of the ideas sent out in the Enigma Codex, Alexander is wonderful in itself, perfect even. But in the rush to realize its ideals, even the best of us can be led astray. Also, once upon a time, these Illuminati were starry-eyed philanthropists. Is that it? And it was only after they got their hands on your perfect bloody codex that they turned into vicious killers? Tell me, was there any passage in particular convinced them to abandon their last shred of empathy? I cannot speak for the precise contents of the codex. Not anymore. I haven't forgotten everything I read. I think I can stop the core if you can get me close enough. You think you can? Or you know you can? And what of its location? It's somewhere in the trunk. How close we are to that, I cannot say. Round rocks can say 2 pieces of round rocks are 1 yaw. So by count of round rocks, chest of whirly cod giant is only a little further. Ha! Clever girl! You've been measuring how far we've come from the start. Alright, I propose we withdraw for the time being. I don't know what will happen when we breach the core, but I do know that we'll be better equipped to deal with it if we're well rested and ready for anything. All should be well enough. No one should have the power to choose who lives and who dies. The idea is too vile, too insidious to be left unchallenged. We have to act. If we don't, Alexander will awaken and the Illuminati will be unstoppable. Make no mistake, Arya. It's now or never. The pulsing heart. I think I have the knowledge required to shut down the Giant's core, but if I'm to reach it, I'll need you to lend me your strength. Well, really, the Illuminati's latest message is well, let's just say it's unsuitable for polite company. I should be much obliged if you teach those privy-mouthed savages some manners, Arya. The burden of the father. So yeah, I'm going to be actually viewing this normally instead of undersized. I mean, we could probably do it undersized, but I am going to do it this way. Because let's hope this cues. Okay. Figured I had to pull up my phone to go start doom scrolling or something. Let's do this thing. So we're actually gonna be level synced this time. Since, well, actually doing this properly instead of unsynced. I don't know how many mechanics we'll see. I'll try and explain what we do and don't see. I know this fight decently well, so. Alright, so we're gonna have both the right and left forelegs here. They do not have positionals, at least the forelegs do not. So we are going to want to stay away from the tank primarily, actually. Which the tank is making it rather annoying because they keep, like, just slightly adjusting. So, alright, mechanics. Orbs, they target one person, they'll start homing in on that person. The other people can intercept. We also have positionals now on the manipulator. You will want to intercept because they do hurt if they hit enough people. So, Mortal Revolution. Alright, so you see these little things, they're sending a lines out to one person. You will want to intercept these so that one person does not take a bunch of damage all at once. If we don't kill this too fast. Alright, so I just stole 2 people. You see they are far away from us. They have been pulled off to a separate arena. They have to kill an ad before they can come back. I was hoping I would get that, but I unfortunately did not. So yeah, manipulator does have mechanics here. Ideally, the tank does not come to the back. I've had tanks do that because this thing cannot turn around, which means the DPS in the back trying to, you know, punch it or kick it or stab it. Not quite the ability of one hit there, but it works. Karma 0, so this is just going to be a bunch of damage going around. And... Alright, Judgment Nissy. This is going to target the 2 healers. The 2 healers will want to be on opposite sides of the arena from each other. If they are not, things get bad. So you see the 2 tanks, as the Nissy is also issued, seeing regulars become absolute essence is carried out. So yeah, if they get to each other, they will die. I've seen many healers do that. Thankfully, you tend to be able to just kill it. And, well, that is the basics of the manipulator. So let's talk Savage, because Savage is a thing on all 3 tiers. It was kind of a test, I guess a test run with tier 2 there in Coil. So Savage, each of these does have a Savage. The first 3 still have the dungeon to them. This is still just the fight. This fight is so far deemed impossible to solo. At least as of when I'm recording this. It might change with level 90, but I don't know. Everyone left. The shielding doesn't really do much. So yeah, this fight's been essentially deemed impossible to solo for the time being, just because it has a mechanic that is instant death, even for level 80s, which is great. People have tried to get around it, and they can't. The game just, like, doesn't let them. So, yeah. However, one thing they did do is Savage has unique drops. It's how you get the best gear of the particular patch that it's part of is by doing Savage. There's also unique rewards, such as mounts and minions. At least for Alexander. Yeah. Alexander tier 4, A4S, has a mount as its reward. We're here, and none the worse for wear. So if you need another pair of hands, just say the word. So this is the heart of the machine, eh? I knew I should have brought a bigger hammer. Not that I'll be needing it, of course. Isn't that right, Maid? Is that really safe? Apparently it is. Is it really safe for us to still be here? Apparently it is. Look! Meow. Greater are knowings in breakers of unwise and quick things believe. Perhaps quick things judge too quickly. Perhaps Illuminati should study Uplanders. Is before eyes of Gobby? Good. Do not fail. Illuminati have no use for failing Gobbies. End of Gobby's long wanderings is close. Something isn't right. Something isn't right at all. The way Quick Thinks spoke, you'd think he had won. He didn't seem too bothered, that's for sure. Do you think he might have planned for stopping Alexander's core? What was it the chief said again? About the Illuminati finding what they needed to complete their plan? Something along the lines of a missing piece, I thought. And what a Quick thinks is honor guard. The two dolts who are ever at his side. Why aren't they here? The Illuminati must surely have known we were coming. What could be more important than protecting their leader? You don't think he sent them to Idleshire, do you? Well, our backs were turned, like? That would be... Come on! Oh, right here. Giant loses power, Uplanders succeed! Never mind that, man. Did the Illuminati come? Is Idleshire safe? How does Uplander know? Yes, many Illuminati come to take stuff of Gobbyflock. Carrie was chaos, but suddenly Illuminati go and take only junk not worth jingly shine. They came barging in, ready to start a war, and then scarpered off with a handful of bleeding junk? Hold on a minute. Where were they last seen? Ribrix thinks near a shortstop. Round rocks! Come on. I'll go and find the chief. He'll know what to do. What quest do you have? Enigma. Alright, so before I accept Enigma here, this is the A4S mount in all its glory. Of course, you have to hear the music and whatnot like you do with the other mounts. So yeah, that is what you get for... It's 100% drop rate, but yeah, that's what you get for clearing A4S. Of course, you have to win the roll against, 7 other people, or however many. Enigma. Uplanders are gone too long for comfort of Redbrick. Shortstop is place of clashings with Illuminati. Illuminati are up to no good. Maybe using confusion to do foul things. Uplander must go and see. Make sure all is well. Everything's still as we found it? They haven't come back, have they? No, they're gone for now. And everyone seems to be fine. Physically, at least. But round rocks. Oh. Gone. Oh, gone. Poor thing. The Illuminati took everything. I'm just glad she was off collecting trinkets with Backricks when they came. I didn't think what might have happened had she been here. Come, come, little one, dry your tears. One thief, unconscious. Found him lurking near the edge of town, not far from your treasure, Round Rocks. Uplander brings treasures home! Thanks, Uplander! Many, many thanks! It was all Big's, little one. He had a feeling a few soldiers might be lurking around waiting to ambush us, and this is what we stumbled onto when we went to look. But why did the Illuminati take Round Rocks' collection in the first place? Surely that can't have been their gold. I wouldn't be so sure. We're at a guess. I'd say the Illuminati believed something they wanted was hidden amongst Round Rocks' pile of trinkets. Rather than waste time sorting through them, they decided to take a lot. But when they subsequently realized that they didn't have what they were looking for, they crept back into town to wait for a chance to seize whatever it was they actually wanted. What the bad gobbies want most favorite is treasure of Round Rocks, one that is safe with Uplanders. You mean the glowstone that Arya borrowed? But of course! It's been sitting in the decoding machine all along! Yes, yes! Round Rocks would be sad without pretty glowstone! His special treasure from near old castle! Rusty one that was left by Uplanders from before! Wait, what do you mean before Round Rocks? Were you near the Charlene ruins when the metal giant first appeared? Yes, yes, Round Rocks saw Whirlycog Giant stand 3 years ago. It was only for a little bit, and big gobbies do not believe Round Rocks. 3 years ago, when someone tried and failed to summon the Primal. I'm blind. A fragment of the Codex of all the places in the realm. Only a fragment of the original? So that crystal must be the Illuminati's missing piece. We may have stopped their primal and taken their prize, but our foes are not about to admit defeat. They'll be back and out for blood, like as not. But we've got you, Arya, and I'm sure you'll be ready for the onslaught when it comes. Might I suggest you make merry till then? Alright. Right back into a cutscene. Round Rocks is happy. Many friends worry. Think of Round Rocks. Uplander is one. Round Rocks thanks kind Uplander. Let me chime in as well, Arya. Round Rocks' home needed protection and you provided it. Not many would do that, and certainly not in the face of a primal. You have my thanks also. It's what I do. Might help Round Rocks too. Uplanders have good hearts and kind. Only so many of us find mocking the pretty, my dear. We have to stick together, don't we? Did Mide always like whirling hawks and bitty bobs? Not like you, Roundrox, my love. He adored the things, inventing, building, and tinkering with them. Mide always touches hurt mark when remembering. Do I? Well, I suppose I do. Those times were something else, little one. My friends and I, we were lost in our dream. We thought to put back the pieces of the broken world with logic, reason, and technology. And we were certain we could do it too. I hadn't much skill with thinking up things or making them, but I helped in my small way. And that feeling of aiding in someone else's dream, sharing it, washes over you like a wave of happiness. I've never felt that way since. Now it all seems so far away. Even the memories feel like I dreamed them rather than lived them. Well, enough of that. Roundrox is right, adventurer. You're a kindly soul. Keep an eye on our girl till next we meet, will you? And we get a tarnished Gordian bolt, which I believe we also got one from clearing A4. Which is used to get the weapon! Special weapon of this tier. And I'm just going to use recommendations real quick. Yep. So the next quest is, in fact, the next tier, which I am not wanting to do yet. So, whew, that's Ravana down, that's Bismarck down, and that is Alexander 1 through 4 down. So I guess next time will be 3.1 story. I'm like confusing batches and expansions. Yeah, so I guess next time we'll be going into the 3.1 story. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching. And until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye!